Hits for the pound.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Colors, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees and G's that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rank talk, candy paint on D's with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the sun blind your sight, cause things can get grim. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination.
And welcome back to Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, out here in Monterey County, also known to the world as the Salad Bowl, also known as the Salinas Valley. To the people in LA, we are north. To the people in San Francisco, we are south. Right smack in the middle, best of both worlds. Don't forget about the Central Cali. Anyway, folks, today we are going to talk about Lefty Gunplay and what's going on with this label and so on and so forth, right? As most of you already know, he was arrested a while back in El Paso, Texas for drugs and weapons, right, in a vehicle, and then he was arrested again in, I forget what other location he was at, but the point is, guys, that the label has stated, his label, OTR has stated that they are not going to, if he gets into trouble again, they are not going to bail him out any longer. Now, here's the situation. I've seen other channels and stuff like that. Nothing against anybody. I mean, things are what they are, right? And people say, well, you know what? The star of the show, in a sense, shouldn't be carrying weapons or any kind of drugs and so on and so forth, right? Period, point blank, guys. I mean, I understand it kind of. See, here's the thing. It kind of comes with the territory, if you will. But at the same time, I don't believe it has to, right? That's just my opinion about it. Because in situations like this, it's just going to be a bad thing. You know, I understand things happen. I get it. Yet, sometimes there's no need for that kind of stuff. I mean, whatever you do on your own time, in your private time, look at it as a job, you know. So that's how I'm looking at it as. But, hey, I digress. That's my personal opinion about it. Now, here's the other thing, too, though, man. I mean, I'm not retracting anything back that I've said before. I mean, you know, Lefty Gunplay was on Kendrick Lamar's album. You know, and whether they cut his verse to the crazy, spooky, scary, hilarious thing and just added that part because they didn't like the rest of it. Here's the other thing, too. As a label, you got to understand, too. If you have an artist, and I've dealt with them before, if you have an artist who just wants to freestyle, doesn't want to take the time to sit down and write, and just goes, oh, I'll just freestyle. And freestyle sometimes are you know, now, I will say this. I've met a few people, less than a handful of people, that can freestyle. And if I could freestyle like that, I'd have an album daily. I would have a whole bunch of stuff. I can't freestyle if my life depended on it. I'll say that much. But I will say this, that when it comes to a label and the artist, you know, 9 times out of 10, the artist feels like, oh, well, you know, the label's supposed to take care of me and all this stuff. You, the artist, are responsible for your own thing. The label backs you up on what you're doing, but you got to put in the work. That's the misconception. You know, a nice album cover, a nice album cover with a trash song is not going to make it any better. You know, trying to pump it up into something that it's not, it's like, and I'll say it as best as I can for you know, for here on social media. it's like taking a candy wrapper and putting some poop in it and trying to sell it to somebody and say, hey, it's good, it's good. No, the bottom line is your music's got to be good. And if that artist is not taking the time to sit down and write and be creative as an artist, what he's being looked up to as an artist, and he just like freestyle, he's being a lazy artist. That's just the fact of the matter. So in this case, as in Lefty Gunplay's situation, that's my personal opinion. That's how I see it. However, again, by him carrying any kind of paraphernalia or weapons and so on and so forth, I mean, you know what? This is what kind of just is the demise of these labels. It was the demise of Death Row. Again, as I've stated here before, these situations, you can't have both. You really cannot have both. Some people try to, oh yeah, no, well, you really can't have both, because you're gonna lose money out on stuff. You're gonna cost the label money, so the label will end up dropping you because you are a liability. You're basically babysitting somebody. The other thing too, though, is that as an artist, it's always good to not just be under one. How could I say it? It's good to be versatile. Get out there and feature on stuff, and try to do different things, because what happens is, and it's not taking nothing away from anybody who's doing the whatever music they're doing, but it also, I will disclaimer, it also depends on how far you want to take it. If you want to take it and blow up the go to the world or whatever, well, guess what? The set in your block is not going to. It's just not going to go there. Because the rest of the world's not interested in that. You gotta kind of just, as an artist, sometimes people don't understand this. You have to sell yourself. As an artist, you have to sell yourself, and you have to have a talent to be able to be creative. And okay, before anybody says, "Oh, well, no, I keep it real. I keep it real." Check this out. Every artist that's made it, if you want to make it to that level, you have the MC Hammers, you have the Ice Cubes, and so on and so forth. Even the Dr. Dre's and so on and so forth that have been in motion pictures, LL Cool J's and stuff like that. So you have all these artists. That's kind of selling yourself to market yourself, because at the end of the day, rap is only for a limited time. You got to see different things. It's going to come to an end, because I'll put it to you like this: if you rap whatever you rap about, right? Stay the block and the hardcore stuff. Okay, fine. You'll get a core fan base. If it's good. Let's go there first. If it's good, you will get a core fan base that will be like, oh yeah, and they'll be with you, right? But keep in mind the age range of your fan base, because sooner or later you're gonna hit that ceiling, because your fan base is gonna be grown, have kids now, their mentality's changed, they're married. Whatever the situation is, right, in life, maybe even have grandkids, and you're still rapping about, oh, I'm this hardcore. Well, guess what? That your fan base starts to kind of disintegrate. So if you come at it from different, from a different perspective, fine. If you want to keep it real and just keep it there, that's fine too. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I'm not meaning no disrespect by that. This is just a fact of the matter. That's what happens. Your fan base is no longer there's no longevity in it. So therefore, those that look at people like the mainstream artists and stuff like that, you want to call them sellouts, or they don't keep it real. Well, you know what? That's a street mentality, and that's fine. But it also depends on how far you want to take it. But if you do want to take it to their level, then you do have to sell yourself. And again, not talking about myself, but that's why I went into trying to do radio songs and so on and so forth. It was just, expanding as an artist to try to do stuff, um, and that's it. I'll get off of that. But anyhow, back to the whole Lefty Gunplay thing. Artists like that become a liability. For one, is that maybe they show up to signings and so on and so forth, meet and greets and stuff. Maybe they're high, they're drunk, they're their performance is just whatever, or they're freestyling because they can't remember the lyrics, or just because they got the crowd, and it just becomes a disaster after disaster where people just stop. They just stop, you know. They stop going to the shows. They stop looking. I mean, granted that, again, the misconception is if you put out a video, not a music video, but let's say, excuse me, a vlog or something where like, hey man, you'll probably get the views because that's the entertainment of it. But you go to a show and nobody's going to show up. That's what's going to end. That's what ends up happening. The entertainment is here. And if you're really that good, then yeah, people will attend your shows. But if you're, notoriously known for just having a trash show, not doing good, and just pretty much living off of the hype and the image, then yeah, it can be bad. It can be bad. And I'm not meaning disrespecting or no disrespect or knocking anybody for that, or even Lefty Gunplay for that matter. But I'm just saying that as an example that people need to understand that at the end of the day, the label is a business. And sometimes people don't understand that part. It can cost a lot of money. It can also hurt the label's reputation, so on and so forth, especially if you are the star of the show, So therefore, I mean, it's just it just becomes a train wreck. It just becomes a train wreck that just a train wreck that later on, I mean, you just kind of get swept under the rug and people just kind of move on to the next. I mean, this is, the music today is not what it used to be, man. I'm gonna say that the music today is not what it used to be. It's just there's no longevity in a lot of it, including the artist. I just think it's just a sad thing that a lot of the people are living in the moment and not looking at it as a future, or thinking about, hey, what else am I going to do after this is over? Are you seeking to go back to prison? Are you seeking to be strung out on dope? I mean, or you're seeking to keep it real and, get old and gray, and you're still over there doing all this. No disrespect to any OG, but I'm saying, as far as the music-wise, when does it stop? And if it doesn't stop, that's fine. But at the end of the day, even some of the gangster rap and so on and so forth from the OGs now, I mean, it's again, they're selling themselves. It's marketable. But yet the difference between them and anybody else is they already have a track record. They have a foundation where they come from. Hence Death Row Records. Hence whatever the case may be. To anybody else who's coming up from the underground or whatever situation is, it's you're hitting a brick wall. You're hitting a brick wall. And I'm keeping it, what does it say? I'm keeping it 100 on that part, But that's what it is. You're hot today and cold tomorrow and forgotten, So really try to when the iron strikes hot, keep try to seek different things to do, and you know what, man, the other thing too is like thinking, well, I just need a hot record and all this other stuff. Well, you know what, man, I mean, don't pump yourself up and set yourself up for failure expecting something to really be this big, because at the end of the day, that's not for you to call it, that's for the people who listen to call it. If you continue to put out trash music, again, it's like putting it in a candy wrapper and trying to sell it as such when it's really not that. At the end of the day, your marketing, your album cover, single cover, whatever the case, your distribution, your whatever you have means nothing without a good song. That's just what it is. And if you don't, if you don't think things out really of what you're gonna do as time passes, and your audience gets, your fans get older, and you are still stuck in 2000, 2002, whatever it is, don't be surprised if you're, forgotten like the hot tour girl. Need I say more? With that, this is Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, signing out.
It's always shining, it's burning up my chest to the core. So therefore I can't be ignored with the Conan sword. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm the predator. My blood is turning Two-Face green. Check my temperature, you ready for the lecture? As I come with the stretcher. Knowledge is the key to everything, so watch your temper. When it comes to the storyteller, I am the treasure. I'm in the laboratory, so please call me Dexter. The music is my pleasure. For 30 years strong, it's Two-Face ghetto ballin' to the heart with golden arms and flyer. We the ravens up in the sky. We ain't gon' stop till I retire.
Just a song before I go, to whom it may concern.
Haters shake the fist, suckers preaching me rolling. Why you so mad? Why you so serious? You're in my rear view like the slow and delirious. Keep on mashing, getting plenty action. The home of the G's and pimps, I love it with a passion. Throw it up, it's California, where the sun lays to rest like every day. The home of the color rag, swap meets and bangers. Chuck Taylor's Lolos and them real dope slangers. This is reality, it's where I stay. Along the Pacific in the state of CA. Golden State, from Frisco to Compton and back to Central Cali where the party keeps rocking. It's a California state of mind, and you can't be mad, that's just how we ride. Golden State.